Welcome to the AfroCentric Woman, where our mission is to inspire Black women to heal core wounds and embrace a luxurious and abundant lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. Let's talk, sis. Hi, thanks for tuning into the AfroCentric Woman. Wanted to tell you about a conversation I had with a potential suitor. This guy is Indian, and when I tell you this guy was down to the business very fast, and I was just like, ooh, this guy is really wanting to get married. So we talked briefly by chat, and then he was like he wanted to talk to me later. And I like the fact that he didn't like hound me for my number or want me to call him. He just called me on the app, and we talked. And he was a tiny bit awkward, but he would like his questions. He was like, so what's your job? Like, what do you do? No, but there's some guys that ask you, what do you do, for the purposes of, like, you already know, like, they're like gonna be bums or whatever, or like they want the proverbial, like, what do you bring to the table situation. But I could tell he just kind of wanted to know what my, what is my career path? Like, what am I doing? Am I doing something productive in the world? Like, that's the vibe I got. And then he was like, what's your highest level of education? Now, normally that would come off as being kind of rude, but again, I had this feeling he was just like, okay, could I marry her? Like, what, did you go to school? These types of questions are very important to people of other communities. They really do think about who's going to be educating their children and what kind of educational background you have. Education is very important to them. So if you hear people from another community telling you that advanced degrees are to be frowned upon and those women are masculine, or the degrees are worthless, or it's not worth it because you have student loans, or whatever the case may be. There are also men out there who value women who are very educated. So I told him my education level. He didn't ask like which school I went to. He just wanted to know what was the last education I finished, and I told him. And he asked me, why wasn't I married? And I told him, I don't know. And he's like, okay, that's fine. He really didn't push the issue. And he's like, well, I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. He asked me, what is it that I'm looking for? And I told him I'm looking to date and see where things go. And he says, well, I'm looking to talk. I'm looking to date, and I see myself getting married. I'd like to have another child. I was like, well, okay. Well, all right. He was like, I already have a child. Do you have a problem with that? Is there going to be an issue? I told him, no, it won't be a problem for me. And he said, well, are you open to having a child? I said, yes, I am open to having a child in marriage. And he said, okay, great, because that's what I want. I'm like, good. I promise y'all, all this happened within 5 minutes. And I know some women be dealing with these dusties, and they won't even mention marriage in 6 months. This man didn't mention marriage within 5 minutes, baby. Different times and different ways, but you could tell he's really like focused on dating someone that is a potential for him to marry. So so I told him I was open to it. He said, okay, well, great, then we can go on a date then. Like, that was his, like, he needed all those boxes to be checked. He needed all those boxes to be checked before he would even want to go on a date with me. He mentioned Starbucks a couple times. He mentioned coffee a couple times, and I didn't jump down his throat about it. I just femininely let him talk. I, answered his questions. Some of them I answered, some of them I didn't. But I tried to answer his questions. I tried to chat with him. I asked him some questions. And by like the third or fourth time he mentioned coffee, I was like, okay. I asked him where he lives, and I know his city. And I was like, okay, since you're there, we could meet at this particular place, because the city has like an upscale area. They have an upscale area, and they have like a general area. So I mentioned the upscale area, and he said that was fine. And I was like, I think would be really nice if we did brunch or lunch, maybe instead of the coffee shop. And he was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So that's what I'm telling you, ladies. Guys will try you with the whole coffee situation. Oh, this guy has a whole trailer, and he's about to cut me off. And oh, you want to cut me off too? Okay, all right, that's what we're doing today. Okay, sorry. These guys will try you with coffee. So you don't have to accept that. I keep telling you, beautiful ladies, over and over again, that you don't have to accept coffee as a first date. And I don't, and I didn't. And this man is marriage minded, and I told him that I want to go to lunch or brunch. And he said, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Because I think it's important not to just jump down. I don't know, you really need to use your intuition, because I can't give you a definitive answer. I can't give you a definitive way every single time, do it like this, because this is how you got to do it. I can't on this one, because you really do need discernment, and you really do need to use your intuition and discernment. You need to be able to know if it's a viable situation for you to try to get a better, experience out of it. Because you cannot squeeze blood. You can't squeeze anything from a dusty. A dusty gonna do what a dusty gonna do. So I can't, none of the tactics that I share are gonna work on dusties, period. So don't even try. I can't, just even the questions that he was asking, like normally I would tell you don't answer them. But intuitively, I just kind of tapped into the fact that this guy is looking for somebody to potentially marry. So I felt comfortable answering his questions. So yeah, generally speaking, I wouldn't have probably been so sharing, but this was a special case. And I think that one strategy to do whenever someone is, mentioning coffee, is just keep talking with them a little bit. This is by voice, not by text. Keep talking with them just a little bit to try to continue to flirt with your voice, laugh, giggle, pull them in, draw them in, answer kind of, but not all the way to where they're wondering, more about you. And then once, they're trying to solidify when they would meet up, then let them know, oh, you know what, I really think that for our first date, I think it would be wonderful to do maybe lunch. What do you think? Something like that. Like something where we can spend more time together. Something like that. And that way you can get a better situation than coffee. Okay? And so see how he responds. If he really likes you, he'll do it. And if he has money. And if all he has is $10, then all he has to do is to get coffee. And he probably will just buy it for you and drink water, because he ain't got but $10. So do you want to date a guy like that? I mean, that's up to you. No judgment, girl. Do what you got to do. But that's just not for me. I don't do that. It's just across the board. That's just my standard. I don't do coffee first dates. So I was able to finagle more just through feminine conversation. And it's not like, it's not like popping up. I don't do that. Who you think you are to tell me? I'm not going on up in the Starbucks. Like, ding, dip, 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 dip. No, I don't do all that. I don't. Nope. I don't do all that. I just femininely mention what I prefer. And 9 times out of 10, he gonna do it. So I just thought that was really sweet. This guy got right to the business. And we'll see. Who knows? I mean, is he like talking smack? Is he full of it? I don't know. Time will tell. If I remember, and if he stays in the picture, I'll come back and I'll update you. Thanks for listening. Like, share, and comment. Peace.
Thank you so much for sharing your time and attention with the AfroCentric woman. Special gratitude to our subscribers. If you'd like to stay connected with this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this content, please hit the like button. If you have any comments or thoughts about the content shared, please drop down into the comment section and let us know. Remember, you are worthy, you are enough, you are unique, and you are lovable. And I appreciate you.